All right, so in this video I want to look at the octahedral electron pair geometry, which are models 11, 12, and 13 in your document. So of course, here we want to look at the parent structure that looks something like this. So meaning you have bond angles all at 90 degrees to each other. All right, so let's go ahead and pluck our bonds in, and by now if you're building all of them and keeping them to the side, then you would have run out of terminal X atoms, but okay. Anyway, so here we are. Now I've gotten this octahedral structure here. So this is the base octahedral structure, or the parent octahedral structure. All bond angles are 90 degrees, so you can nicely see them there, right? If I hold it up like that, 90 degrees, no matter how I turn it. All right. First question is, how can I use the structure to represent a square pyramidal structure? So meaning if I remove one bond here and I replace that with a lone pair, how can I get, do I then get a square pyramidal structure? The answer is yes, right? So if I look at it like that, or maybe if I look at it like the side, then you can see the bottom of it is a square, so meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, so that is a square. The bottom of it is a square. And if you then draw all these things to the point, you get a pyramid, right? So you get a square pyramidal structure. Okay. So that's how you remove it. And then the question is, where do I remove the next bond to get model 13? So meaning a square planar structure. And the question is kind of implied then in the answer, meaning they say it's a square planar. So we're looking to get something that is planar. And if I were to say remove this bond, I don't get something that's planar, right? The only way to get something that's planar is to remove the bond that is opposite the other lone pair, or the lone pair that I've already introduced. So meaning my two lone pairs need to be opposite one another. Oopsie. My two lone pairs need to be opposite one another. And then I get a square planar structure. So there you see, nice and square, all right? So there's the square again. It remains, but the lone pairs, like Mickey Mouse ears, there they are. They stand opposite one another. And they force this to be planar very nicely. All right, very interesting. Okay, so that is then our square planar structure. So let's just quickly go ahead and build the rest. So let's build the octahedral one. So octahedral molecular geometry and electron pair geometry. We build, so the parent structure. Let's put that over here. And then we build the square pyramidal structure. So meaning the one where we remove one lone pair, we remove one bond and replace it with a lone pair. We have that. And we have the one, the square planar structure, where we have two lone pairs. There we go. All right. So you have your octahedral, square pyramidal, and square planar. And that are your 13 models. So so those are your octahedral ones. Then of course you have your, oops, I've thrown something away. Then you have your trigonal bipyramidal series. So where you have like your seesaw, you have your T-shaped, so they're over here, and you have your linear, you have your tetrahedral group. So I'm not going to show them all again, but you just remind yourself, you have your trigonal planar group over here, and you have your linear one, which you did way at the beginning. Okay, and you need to bring them all together because we've built them now and you have them so that you can go and draw them. For yourself in your prep document, you're going to go and draw their molecular geometries, which we call the molecular geometry templates, so that you have a reference for them for your worksheet that you will complete in the tutorial. All right, I hope these videos were helpful and that you at least built your models. All right, thank you for watching.